I was sleeping peacefully in my room, dreaming about being on a camping trip with my family. Then something woke me up. It started as just a shadow moving across the ceiling, but then it got closer and closer to me until finally I could make out what it was holding onto. My leg. I tried screaming for help, but nothing came out of my mouth because this thing had covered it with its fingerless hand. Then it leaned over me and growled into my ear, "You will fear me." And then just like that, poof, it was gone again. A strange noise in my room woke me out of a deep sleep. You wake up with a strange noise in your room. It sounds like someone crying, or maybe they're just knocking on the door. Either way, it's very scary and you don't know what to do. What do you do? What would happen if I opened the door? What if there was no one there when I opened it? In the darkness, I can just about make out what is holding me so tight. The shadow is a dark entity. It is a dark shadow that has attached itself to my leg, gliding across the floor and onto my bed. Now you can see that it covers my mouth with its fingerless hand as it reaches up and pulls me down into its arms. The sound of footsteps approach from behind me, but I know without turning around that they will be too late. This time, there will be no escape for me. It's not a person. It's not a living thing. It is a strange dark shadow that has attached itself to my leg. It's not a person. It's not a living thing. It is a strange dark shadow that has attached itself to my leg. It feels like it has been there for years, but I know it only took hours for the shadow to take shape, and no longer than that for it to attach itself and begin its mission of vengeance against me. I scream, but no sound comes out. The shadow glides across the floor and onto my bed. The shadow is a dark, shadowy figure. The shadow has no face, but it has a body. The shadow wears a cloak. Its hands are made of shadows. Its fingers are made of shadows. I hear noises at the door. I figure it's my mom coming to check on me, but when I look over, it's the shadow again. As you're lying in bed, your eyes are closed and you're trying to fall asleep. The door keeps opening, but it's not the one. Instead, there's a loud sound coming from the hallway outside. It sounds like someone is walking around in the house. You slowly open your eyes and peer out into the darkness of your room. You see nothing but blackness except for what appears to be a shadow creeping along the floor, maybe around on top of your bed. You see this thought cross through your mind, and before I can react, I realize that something is coming toward me. Please this time itself. It's coming straight at me with both hands tucked over its neck like someone trying not to make up anyone else by screaming out and never let anyone to hear them. Three walls made out of solid steel reinforced concrete blocks. It reaches up and covers my mouth with its fingerless hand, and then it leans in and snarls into my ear, "You will fear me." The shadow is a creature of darkness. It has no face, no arms or legs, and no voice. It is a creature of fear who lives in the dark corners of your mind and makes you afraid to sleep at night. The shadow lives in your mind because it wants to control you by making you afraid of the dark. If you are brave enough to face down this enemy head on, then he will stop haunting you, but if not, well, you'll just have to take care of yourself. And then, just as quickly as it came, it was gone. And then, just as quickly as it came, it was gone. I was still in bed when I saw the shadow. My first thought was that someone had entered my room. But when I looked around and found nothing out of place, I knew that this must have been an illusion created by my mind. I went back to sleep but woke up again after only a few minutes with a start. The shadow was right there at the foot of my bed. It took me a moment to realize what this meant. The shadow had not dissolved into nothingness like all other illusions do. Instead, it had become solid once more and now stood over me menacingly. This time there would be no escape from its grasp. For whatever reason, this thing wanted me dead. I will now never sleep again. You have learned a valuable lesson, and it's one you'll never forget. The shadow is real, and it can be dangerous. Now that you're safe, go outside and enjoy the beautiful night sky above your head. The stars are shining bright tonight and they're shining for you. Conclusion. I am now convinced that this shadow is a monster that wants to keep me awake forever. It's only fair that I do my part and make sure no one else sleeps ever again.